Well, NBA Finals start on Friday. We've got Golden State versus Cleveland, a replay of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Except this time around, it's actually going to be a fit team versus a fit team.
Yeah, because
no excuses.
Because last season, no Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving didn't play most of it, and also probably a few different players coming into the team.
Yeah, Channing Frye, Channing Frye playing well. J.R. Smith actually remembering what he does for a living. Again, up against Golden State, who went 73-9 and just reversed a 3-1 deficit against Oklahoma. Sorry, I almost said Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
It was a tough one for him in the end, but as a good team would do, when you win 73 games in a regular season, you
don't go down without a fight.
Exactly. It's interesting because the two games they lost away, they got slaughtered.
Blowouts.
They got slaughtered in both of them, but
they did that though. They've done that. Some of the losses they had during the regular season were blowouts.
Yeah. But they find a way to. That third game in Oklahoma was the one, really.
That big outputs from defensively anyway throughout the series, and then it was hinged on Curry exploding in that final game and Klay Thompson going 41,
insane
3-point ball.
Yeah, so they went for a bit tougher. They went for a bit more of a tougher route compared to Cleveland.
Well, Cleveland didn't bloody do anything until they had to play Toronto.
Yeah, true. Well, did they win the first few 4-0 or was it 4-1 or something like that?
Yeah, 4-0. So they went 12 and zip.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then against Toronto, at least they
had
a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
This will be a real test.
Yeah. So
what's the key here for both sides? So first, what do Cleveland have to do to win this?
Easier said than done, but I think they just need to keep the ball out of the Splash Brothers' hands.
No, I agree.
I mean, both guys can pull up from 30 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I think if they can really run a focus on trying to get distribution out of their hands, I think that's a start. Obviously,
just force them.
Well, obviously, it's going to make it a lot harder when the rest of the team is as good at distributing as they are.
Yeah.
But it's a start, and then I think from there they really need to. They just can't give anyone any room.
No, definitely not. You saw against Oklahoma City, you see Klay Thompson had a little bit of room.
Done.
Steph Curry space.
Both of them can pull up in a second. Draymond can do the same thing. Iguodala, Barnes can do the same thing.
You would probably prefer to have them with the ball shooting compared to Thompson and Curry because they're mostly...
Yeah, exactly.
So they're likely going to get it in.
Yeah, if you force the ball out of their hands, then it's up to Curry and Thompson to then find their own space to take a shot.
The key is defensively, obviously, for Cleveland.
Yeah. Well, I think both ends of the ball for both teams, but obviously...
I think Cleveland are going attack as well. They need Kyrie Irving to perform.
Well, they need to make sure he doesn't go down injured again.
LeBron James to keep playing well. Kevin Love now, we get to see...
I think if he shows up, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
But if he plays like he did in the last few years at Mini... it'll be a big problem for them.
And then, as you say, Frye and J.R. Smith, they'll be handy off the bench. Now a few threes here and there. Gives them a good chance, really.
Yeah.
So for Golden State to win, as we probably said, pretty much the same thing.
I think for Golden State to win, I think they need to... Or I think, Iguodala needs to play like he did last year.
Oh, well, he was MVP, wasn't he?
Yeah, Finals MVP.
Yeah.
I think, and I also think, especially for the first two games... Klay and Steph cannot go under 45% shooting.
No, I agree.
They have to be on top.
Well, did they both finish under that in the games they lost again?
Yeah.
That's the key. They need to...
I mean, they get looks early. They're not necessarily very good, but if they make one, they tend to go on a roll. So I just think if they can, it's the biggest cliche in the world, but if they can start well, it's always good. But I think it applies for them.
Get the first shot in, really.
Yeah.
Get you a bit of confidence, especially for those two. If they get on a roll, we've seen that throughout the season that they just
don't stop.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the usual suspects. You got LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin for Cleveland, and then I think Curry, Klay, and Draymond for Golden State. But I think the ones to watch out for are Channing Frye and Harrison Barnes.
So
I think those
people coming off the bench will be a bit of a key as well.
Yeah, I think those are the two that are really going to make you when you sit back and look and go, all right, well, we see that these guys made an impact, but what else happened. I think it'll be from those two, one way or the other.
I agree. So, what's your tip?
Warriors in 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go Golden State in 5 as well. I think they'll probably win the first game because it's at Golden State. Then I'll see Cleveland probably taking that second game, probably 1-0, and then you see Golden State, they'll just fire. I just think that team is just amazing.
It's easy to ride on the team that's 73-9, but
You can't write off Cleveland either.
you can't write off Cleveland. But you look at Golden State when they start winning, it's very hard to stop them. The reason it was as serious as it was with Oklahoma was because they went out and won early.
They won the first game, Oklahoma.
They went out and started strong.
So really, the key.
But look what happened when Golden State started winning.
I think the key would be this first game.
Yeah.
If Cleveland can find a way to win this match, that goes a long way of taking out.
Well, I reckon Cleveland win this first one. I reckon they'll win. I reckon if they win this first one, I reckon it goes to 7.
Yeah.
And then I reckon it's 50.
You'll see my tip change a little bit in 5 games to either 7 games, Golden State, or even Cleveland winning it.
Yeah.
So it really depends on this first game, who shows up, who can shoot better, and who can defend better, really.
So all in all, we've just given you a pretty clear rundown of what it's like, what you need to do to win a basketball game.
Yes, exactly.
Just in case you didn't know what the whole idea of the game was.
Exactly. But we don't really want to go through the last round. Well, he would.
Well, I do, because I ended up with 8.
Yeah,
How many did you end up with?
I ended up with 5. Well,